Okay, it's Mike Messier. Patriots reaction. Patriots going to the Super Bowl 2018 to play Philadelphia. First of all, I'm going to give you my prediction for the Super Bowl score. End of the game will be a field goal, successful field goal for the New England Patriots. They will win the game 24-21. And I'll say it'll be a gritty, hard-fought game. It'll be another game that goes down, like I said, to a field goal. Now, as far as this Patriots game, first of all, Tom Brady, we'll never know to what extent pain, discomfort, injury he was suffering through. Some are comparing this victory to the bloody sock from the Boston Red Sox 2004 World Series. I would say that this victory is an internal championship of the spirit for Tom Brady. TB12, Tom Brady 12, all that stuff. As far as this officials, I have friends, people who will disparage, diminish, discredit the New England Patriots. What they need to realize is that you are in the witness time of greatness. You're not witnessing LeBron James. You're not witnessing Michael Jordan. You're witnessing Tom Brady. And no disrespect to either Jordan or LeBron, but at the end of this career, Tom Brady, you're going to have to compare him to guys from other sports, namely Michael Jordan. You're going to have to say, who's your greatest team player of all time? Not individual sport, not boxing or tennis, but a team sport. What individual took his team to championships, to success, to prestige, to honor, to manhood? No offense to women. And I think that at the end of the day, what Tom Brady has over, say, a LeBron, well, definitely LeBron, but really I think it comes down to Tom Brady and Michael Jordan here in this conversation. I think what gives Tom a slight edge is that the variety of teammates he's had, meaning that basically Michael Jordan had two runs of 3 championships each with a 2-year break in between. But he always had a Scottie Pippen. He always had, your Dennis Rodmans and so on and so forth. He always had great players, big men, strong players, Steve Kerr shooting the 3-point. He always had a wonderful coach, and Tom's had a wonderful coach as well. However, I think that if you look at the player personnel, given the span of time, and to play professional football now on the highest of levels with the hits, with the injuries, missing a season because of a leg injury, the disappointment of that 2007 run, the undefeated season that ended in a Super Bowl defeat. So Tom's had a few nicks in his armor. I'd say that Tom Brady, at the end of this, I think you're going to have to put him above Jordan as a team leader. Now, you can say that as far as athletics, Michael Jordan was more athletic, or he had more poise, or whatever you want to say. But I'd say that those two guys, apples and oranges, football and basketball, it's hard to really make a heads-up comparison. And this is really a compliment to Michael Jordan as well, that he's still in this conversation. But just to say that because of all the different teammates and the lack of year in, year out the same team, I think you have to give Tom right now the nod if he does win this Super Bowl. I'd say that this Super Bowl, if he wins it, that's 6 championships, just the same as Michael. And the difference would be, I think, that he's had different teammates. He hasn't had that stability for the most part that Michael Jordan had. Now, you could say that, Tom did lose a couple of Super Bowls to the New York Giants. He had that fatal flaw. But I think we can agree that getting to the Super Bowl is tougher than getting to the NBA championship with having a great team. If all things being considered, because of the amount of injuries, the brutality of football, and that's no disrespect to the basketball players, because they do rock 'em, sock 'em quite a bit under the boards and everything. So I think it really comes down to who's your guy, Tom Brady or Michael Jordan. Now, the next aspect of this I want to discuss is this people saying the officials or the officiates were disrespectful or somehow biased in leanings toward the New England Patriots. And there actually is, like the Zapruder film, video footage of these officials kind of glad-handing or dapping or smiling. I think it's just a thing where the Patriots' greatness was so awesome and epic that even these normally straight-faced officials had to break a smile. Because the greatness displayed by the Patriots made these robotic, lifeless, soulless officials smile. That's how great the Patriots are. That they made these humanoids, these pieces of MK Ultra type flesh break a smile. So that's just another testimony to the greatness of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and the New England Patriots. Now, finally, there was some video footage before the game that circulated throughout Twitter and other sources of Robert Kraft, the New England Patriots owner, who I'm lucky to say we will not be having official legal proceedings due to the quarterback, so that situation is at rest. We can forget about that. We'll go about our business as gentlemen. But Robert Kraft saying things in a joking manner in the company of Willie McGinnis, basically alluding that he may have sired, or in fact he did sire Willie McGinnis, but I want to assure everyone that those things, in my opinion, were based out of love and respect for a former player, saying, Willie McGinnis, I love you so much. I think of you as a son. In fact, oftentimes, I, being Robert Kraft, think of you as a son so much that I can feel comfortable enough to make jokes about you being my son. And me, suffocating or having sex with your mother, and you looking like me, but slightly different. So I think that those comments by Robert Kraft, although awkwardly stated and perhaps insensitive, and perhaps the babblings of a man with a bit of a drink in his belly, were out of love for Willie McGinnis. Just as I love the championship reign of the New England Patriots, just as we celebrate. Now, the guy who really gets this whole dick in the ass off his cock is none other than Brian Hoyer. Now, I teased Brian. I called him Billy and Bobby and so on and so forth. But today I will say this, Brian Hoyer. You, my friend, sat on that bench well. You watched in awe, and you were ready for any type of action. You drank your Gatorade, you sat and smiled, and you did what a backup quarterback is supposed to do. Nothing. We have 2 weeks until February 4th, 2018. We have 2 weeks until the 6th Super Bowl ring slides, perhaps, on that injured thumb of Tom Brady. Maybe they'll get him an extra big ring, put a few more jewels in it. And then we will all see the coronation of the greatest of all time team sports player. And perhaps Michael Jordan himself will come out and tip his hat to Tom Brady, as all fans in the world should. Mike Messier.